Good evening, everybody. This is Joy Bashong. I'm responding to Alexa's case on the the assigned name. And it's an interesting case. I have some issues with names, too. I've had children's names that have been very difficult for me to learn how to say, and so I can sympathize with that, but I've never gone to the point where I've assigned a nickname for them. And certainly, I have seen students in high school come to me with strange variations of their names, and my thought is from reading this is they probably were given this in elementary school, and they go through school with these Americanized versions of their names, and they just go with it because it's just easier, but it's not right. And so there's some things I was responding to what Alexis said. If I had any other suggestions of how to learn people's names, or plan of action type of thing. So I thought about it, and I especially like with the kindergarten. You have students coming in for the first time, and they've never been at school, and so it's not like you can go and ask another teacher and say, hey, you had this student last year, how did they say their name? So you are at a loss, really. So you have to rely on the parents. And so I was thinking that if maybe they filled out a card of some sort, and on it would say, what does your child like to be called? Because maybe there is a nickname, or a name that the child prefers instead of their formal given name. That's fine. But along with that, I was thinking it would be really cool to get the reason that the child was named that. And I was thinking that would be a really great kind of like icebreaker activity, sharing that with the class. And if you have a connection with that child's name, or where it's from, or you have that story, you might be less willing to just go rogue and do your own naming of that child. So I thought that was kind of an idea maybe for the younger grades. Not sure how that would work out in high school, though. But in high school, I've had students with difficult names, and I've had to write them out phonetically on my roster or on my seating chart. And I would, force myself to say the person's name, and I would apologize if I said it incorrectly. And I would try again. And I remember driving to school trying to say somebody's name over and over and over again, just to get that feel on your mouth, how it will just roll out and you won't stumble over it. So I think it is a responsibility of our teachers to be able to honor our children's names and the parents who gave it to them. There's value in the naming of your children culturally, and a lot of history goes into these children's names. They're coming into this country, and they're giving up so much, a part of their history and their culture, and then they have to give up their name too. And it's like the ultimate sacrifice. It's like your last vestiges of identity to your homeland is gone then. And that might have been the reason that Cerie's mom, kind of shut down on the teacher when they were at the parent-teacher conference, and the teacher was saying, calling her Sarah, and the mother couldn't clue into who Sarah was when her daughter's name was Cerie. So, yeah, I just I think that it would be a good cultural reach out to especially new parents into school. After all, they're they're in kindergarten, and they're dropping their kid off for the first time, and it's a scary thing for a mother and child, and And I think, I'm sure the mother, when she was at that um, conference, and here her daughter has a new name, and it's not the one that she gave her, and that was pretty offensive, I would imagine. So anyway, those are my thoughts on maybe a plan of action of how to deal with pronunciation of names, unfamiliar names. All right, guys, have a good night, and I'll see you later.